Welcome back. It's been a little while. So today what we're going to do is do the rear wheel bearing on the E46. Now it has been needing to be done since I've owned it, and for long I've just been a little bit lazy, not wanting to do it, but I've got 3 days off, so we're going to give this a go. We're going to get the E46 done. I do need to have a look at the handbrake, as that's going a little bit weird. It's not working properly. I don't know if you can see the steam when I breathe. Pretty cold in here, so I may at some point in the future look at getting a heater for the garage. We've also been doing some research on some new lighting to go in here as well, just to make the video quality a little bit better. Now let's get cracking on the E46. So what we've got our tools. So got our sockets, our brake bar, our ratchet, some axle stands. We've got the slide hammer which we purchased for this job, and we've also got the bearing press cups. So yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking on this. As soon as we've got this done out of the way today, we can start working on the E30 a little bit more and hopefully get it stripped down as well. We're actually going to have to put a pin in that for a second, because I've just found an online guide on how to do the rear wheel bearing. Thankfully I found it before I started taking the car apart, because we need a 30mm socket to take the rear wheel bearing nut off. I have a 32 and a 36. I don't have a 30, so we need to go to the store and pick that up. So do you want to come along for the journey? Okay, so I'm back now. So it's a little bit frustrating. My closest store is about a half-hour drive each way, so I just wasted about an hour and 20 minutes just driving and getting these tools. I picked up a few other bits whilst I was there as well, things that I felt that I needed. So we got the 30mm socket, which is what we actually went there for. I also picked up a 1/2" drive ratchet, because I've only got 3/8 ratchet, so I figured I needed one with a little stubby extension. On the E46, the mirrors don't pop up when you press the button on the door card. It could be either down to a fuse issue. However, the mirrors do adjust. I can adjust them, so I don't think it's the fuse. But what I have seen is that the wires can snap in them, and the fix for that is to solder them back together. Well, that's what I've seen online, so I'm going to take a look at that, and if that is the case, I'd say I'd pick up a soldering iron and some wire for that, so we can take a look at that issue maybe today if we've got the time. And I also figured whilst I was there, I'll pick up some more axle stands. Can never have enough of them, and also I wanted them with the solid triangular bases, because I've already got a set like that here, but my other set are not solid. I just don't feel as comfortable with them ones as I would with a solid base. So I picked up another pair of them, because the next job for the E30 is to get it up as high as we can in the air and start stripping all the crap off underneath it and relay fresh. So I want to get it as high as possible, so I want to get some decent axle stands, and we're going to build something for that as well, but that'll be in an episode solely dedicated just for the E30. Now we're back, going to stick the GoPro on charge and get working on the E46 finally. So I wanted to start this about 2 hours ago, now it's coming up to midday, so let's see how long this is going to take and how much of it that we can actually get done. E46 owners, this is why your arches rust. I just literally pulled that out from all up in here, and that's how that happens. Public service announcement, clean your arches. Now a good little tip when you're working on things like this, if you put a screwdriver in the middle of the brake caliper, and which sits inside the vents in the disc, it will stop it from moving about when you're trying to loosen bolts here. So top tip there, guys, just give that a go when you're working on things like this. As long as your disc has got vents, it should be fine. Alright boys, really annoying news. So I just told you about that hour round trip I had to go to the store to get a 30mm socket, because that's what the online guide told me that I would need. Well, 30mm is too small. I have a 32, that's too small. The next one up I have is a 36, that's too big. So I'm guessing it's a 34mm. I found a nut here which is in the new wheel bearing kit, which is the same size as what I've got on the car currently. So I'm going to have to put the car back together, take the new nut, which I'm going to take, measure that up and take it to the store. Now I measured it up against a vernier gauge and it's measuring like 33.5mm, so I reckon it'll be about 34mm socket that we can use, which should fit. But another drive out to the store we go. I won't take you along with me this time because I'm sure the last one was boring enough. So for you, I'll be back in a second. And I am finally back. My wife came with me, so we grabbed a spot of lunch whilst we was out. So got the 33mm, and whilst I was in there as well, there was a like a sale on fire extinguishers. So I figured I'd get myself one of them just to be safe. I felt like it might have been a sign. So, garage got a fire extinguisher. Hopefully we don't need to use it, but if we do, it's here. Now, let's jack this car back up again and just get this damn job done. Now, what a disaster today has been. First of all, the running backwards and forwards to the store to get what I thought was the proper tools. Now, so yeah, the site said it was 30mm, I bought 30mm, didn't fit. Went back to the store, picked up a 33 because that's what the vernier gauge measured it out to be. Tried the 33, it sat a little bit loose, tried to loosen it off, it slipped. Got a 32, which I had in the toolbox. I managed to hammer it on nice and snug, and so yeah, it fits nice and snug. As soon as you put anything on it, any force on it, it just slips. And now look at this, and look at the state of that. It's completely rounded off, completely mullered. I've got no idea what I'm going to do in regards to getting that off. Any suggestions, please let me know. I've also gone to realise that today is Friday the 13th, 2020, worst year, bad date. Coincidence? Probably not. So yeah, let's see if we can salvage something out of this day. So I want to take a look at my mirrors. I've got the button for them to flip up, but they don't flip up. So I'm going to take the door card off, take a look at the wiring, see if there's anything obvious there. Yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. Okay, so that put a swift end to the plan on doing the mirror base. So basically, I have the button to do the strip up mirrors, and I've got some of the wiring there. However, on the E46s that don't have power memory seats, you basically have all the wiring there, but you don't have the module under the glove box. And I'll basically need to put a module in, run wires to it, and get it coded. Just not worth it just to have the mirrors go up when I parked. Can't be bothered with it, so that's not happening either. So yeah, this video has basically been a massive waste of time for all of us involved, even more so for me. I figured you guys could come along with the journey with me because I've had a shit time. You can too. Bye.